Greetings, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, family, friends, and the world. This is me, Kael, Eric Harris, better known as the Juice, also known as the Alkaline Water Guy. And this mug right here looking kind of like I made it a little worse. Yeah, what's going on, everybody? This is me, Kael. Just wanted to share a little information with y'all, or should I say, I just saw one of my older posts, which is called Purpose. I did in 2016. So it's actually I put the feed of it in this post that we're looking at right now. So y'all can go back and check that one out as well as what I'm saying here. I was gonna start on a little earlier, but ended up going through some other things, checking some other things out. My baby got home and what have you from work, and now I'm finally on here getting ready to share the information. Hope everybody's doing well out there in the world today. In these last days of 2020, still the new year isn't coming in yet until the spring, but just let y'all know we are still a few days after Centenalia, after the rising of the new, I can't say equinox of the sun, but as the sun starts to rise a little longer throughout the days, we're in the beginning of that process right now. Just wanted to sit on here, get on here, mainly share with y'all. Purpose came to mind, and I was listening to some other brothers earlier, as well as looking at purpose here, and there's some things that came to my mind that I need to start sharing and just start coming to. I said I need to get back on here and start sharing more information according to prophecy. Everyone have a purpose when they're with their piece of the puzzle, should I say. I'm just going to say it like that. With their piece of the puzzle, everyone has a purpose. We all are still learning in this way of life, getting back to our way of life, which is the law. And there was some brothers talking earlier. I was listening to them. They had a nice little broadcast. Mainly it was about peace and everything as well. And I want to give a big shout out to my brother Judah Mack and Marashia. Or Marsh, give shouts out to them. What I like about Judah Max is that he's a sincere brother. The brother is sincere about what he's doing. He's trying to help build and be at one with us as brothers, because what I like about, just to share with y'all, I guess just go with purpose. Man, that's something. What I like about Judah Mack and Marsh is that whatever their purpose is with their on this broadcast, but with their teachings and their broadcasts is about. And I called him today. Me and him had a quick brief conversation as he was studying for his class to go on a little later, and me and him talked. And I told him I really appreciate him. I like him for what he do, because he's serious and he's honest and he's wholehearted about who he is, how he is, and the person he is. And by being that way, you can only be yourself. And that's who we all should be as we learn to come closer to the Father. And as I was about to say also, that was about Judah Mack right then. But I'm going to go back to it. It was a broadcast that I did share with these 3 or 4 brothers who was on a little earlier. And the brothers was talking about unity, mainly. He was talking about unity. Even though a lot of our people are still growing, a lot of our people are still growing in this way of life, and a lot of people talk. That back, let me do this real quick. My back looking kind of dark, so let me do this real quick. I'm feeling kind of uncomfortable. There you go. My Instagram up there looking kind of dark behind me, so. And I don't know if the lighting is too good on there or not, so just had to do that real quick. Hey, Ella, how you doing, baby girl? Doing all right? See you looking. But otherwise, as I was just sharing with you, the brothers was talking about unity. And when my baby came in from work, as we were sitting down and I was listening to them, and as I'm sharing my information on their page, if y'all actually go, if you go to my page before this broadcast, you'll see about 3 or 4 brothers on there. You'll see them on there talking. And what I like about them is that the brothers was talking in unity, sharing information, showing that we got to come together. And that's the only way that we're going to build as a people. Our purpose is to build as a people, to learn the law, which a lot of people are away from. And I can't tell a person what to do, or how to be. But it's a lot of things going on today that, and the Father is showing people in the Word how to get close to Him by His voice. His voice is in the Word. And our purpose is to get closer to the Father and to teach others to come the same way. Now, I'm not a basher. I don't do that. I share what I know. I share what I know, and I put out there. Like I say, I know what I know, and I put it out there. And I'm not one to try to come behind somebody bashing or nothing like that. But I just wanted to share that it's a lot that we all are growing to, and my personal spiritual awakening experience. I'm gonna share this with y'all now, so maybe y'all can have a closer encounter with the Father. Also, the examples that one of the Messiahs, I'm gonna say one of the Messiahs, because a lot of people don't understand what Messiah means. Messiah means anointed, anointed, or anointing. Christ means anointed, anointed, or anointing. Both of it is just the Greek word for anointed, and it's Christ, and Messiah is Hebrew for anointed. Just two of the same word, two different words for the same meaning. But a lot of people don't understand that. So I'm just want to share this with you, so you can have a better understanding as we grow in life. Because a lot of people say Messiah, 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 only be thinking of Yeshua, who they call Jesus, not realizing Jeremiah was a Messiah, Isaiah was a Messiah, any of the anointed of the Father was a Messiah. And this is what we have to get to understand. Once we start breaking this down, we can get closer to the Father. Once you start breaking that point down, this is how you get closer to the Father, through the Word. The Father's Word gives you is the anointing. And what people, and let me show you how vague a lot of people are. And I just want to put this out here just so we can have a better understanding. Go back and study. A lot of people think when, quote unquote, they say Jesus, when Yeshua was in the temple with the, now I'm going to tell you, I ain't read in a long time, but I remember. If I'm wrong, y'all quote me on it. When Yeshua was in the temple with the elders, when he got left, and Mary and Joseph went back to get him, he was there asking questions. A lot of people say he was teaching them. They say he was teaching them, but he was asking questions. He was questioning them, asking a question, and this is where his curiosity began. Not began, I can't say that because he always knew. But what I'm saying is he was asking questions because he was learning. And what people fail to realize, in the 18 years he was going between, I think, 12 and 30, I believe that's 18 years he was going to be going, from my recollection. I ain't going to try to count it on my fingers or nothing like that right now. But I think the 18 years he was gone, he was in Egypt learning. A lot of people didn't know that, or don't know that. They just know he was gone. He just ended up back on the scene. And then when he got baptized by John the Baptist, and then when the heavens opened up and said, "This is my beloved son," which is nothing but another prophet that the Father called son, because all children of Israel is his son. And this is something just for your understanding, to awaken, if all you don't know. This is a purpose people need to know. So I'm glad I did call this purpose, because this is a purpose for me sharing this information. Yeshua is a son, is one of the sons of the Father, because those that does his will become the sons and daughters of the Father. And also, in order, how do the word becomes flesh? The word becomes flesh by you studying and understanding and knowing the word. By the word becoming flesh, nobody can do anything you don't know. A mechanic has to learn, watch, and see before whether he can read or just learn hands-on. You still have to watch and see and learn. Nobody just, oh, I'm a mechanic, or oh, I'm a writer, or oh, I do this. You have to learn these things. And this is what people fail to understand. We all have to learn what we know. Nobody goes into a job right off and just know what they got to do. They got to be taught. They got to be trained. In everything we do, we got to be trained and taught. And the world is just so deceived to the point to think that everything is just like, oh, this is it. But everything came from learning. And every time, if you study your word, I'm going to say if you study word, I'm going to say study the law. If you study your word, you will see that Yeshua, I would say Christ, but I'm going to say Christ that was in Yeshua, Messiah that was in or upon Yeshua, meaning the anointing upon Yeshua. If you notice, and if you check them out, the anointing upon Yeshua always guided you to go to the law. He said, I'm about to quote right now, but I'm not quoting. He'll tell you that in Matthew chapter 4, in one of the three lessons, or one of the three temptations, he said that man must not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded from the mouth of Yah. Some say God. Where did all those words proceed from? The law. But see, the people have been deceived to think that a son can come and change the words of the Father. Use your own self as an example for you as men. I'm talking about you as men. Everybody who's a man of this household. And that's one thing I had to put it like that, because a lot of people don't understand what some men are, or what a man really is. I don't mean to put nobody down, nothing like that. But what I'm trying to say is this. If a man come and put down some rules to his house, and this is what he stand on, and the father don't change. If the man stands on what he say that he want, and he want his household to run a certain way, who is it for somebody else, a son, daughter, even a mother, to come and change what the father said if this is what he want? Even if he got a job, which we all have a job, we all have a purpose. Our purpose is to do our Father's will. So if we're doing our Father's will, one moment.